take better care of her than you ever did. Batman's in the control room. Show him what happens when he messes with mine. You're not getting through me! It's just us now!
I realised since this recording that this first brute can be brought to the environment takedown by a quickfire grapnel rather than the 3 cape stuns. After taking out the first brute, there follows 3 phases of combat. If you're too slow, then you'll end up facing multiple phases at once. The first phase has a couple of swordsmen and 4 guys who are swiftly dispatched. The next phase does not go so well. I usually lure the brute to an environment takedown, but decide to do 2 combat takedowns instead. Unfortunately, I miss and do the takedowns on a swordsman and a soldier. Once the medic appears in the third phase, I finally manage to take out the brute, but I also get hit a couple of times, and I punch a charging soldier instead of throwing a batarang.
Know you very well now, does he? I think you're trapped down here. Kind of supervillain with a bullet to the stomach and a handful of tanks will stop Batman.
Need to clear the area. Time to rescue Oracle and make the Arkham Knight pay.
I see you're back in the car, Master Bruce.
I'm going after the Knight. He's here in the tunnel.
Then let us hope he has Miss Gordon with him.
Damn it, he's here! Open the door! Open the door!
So the Batmobile's thermal scanner is only picking up one body. It's the driver. No sign of Miss Gordon.
He knows where she is, Alfred. He's not getting away.
That car's gonna smash us to pieces.
You can see that when I reach the front vehicle, I don't turn left fast enough. I think this is because a bee flew into my room. Regardless, I managed to fire a few missiles and give a good sideswipe before finishing him off near where we started. Wherever you end up with this chase always seems to be fairly close to Grand Avenue, where you can pick up the Batmobile upgrade. By the way, I successfully coaxed the bee out of the window while I was interrogating the driver.
APC is down. I say again, the APC is down. All support units to fall back immediately.
The driver isn't the Arkham Knight, but he'll know where I can find him.
How does it feel to be chasing the wrong man?
Where is the Arkham Knight?
Barbara Gordon. She's ours now. Can you imagine what the Knight's going to do to her? What are you doing? No! You can't do this!
Where is he?
He's gone to see the little man, the penguin. He supplied the safe houses for the attack. The Knight's gone to pay him for his services. That's it. That's all I know.
Remember something else?
He uses a refrigeration company as a front. The trucks distribute weapons throughout the city.
What's it called?
North. North Refrigeration.
Thank you.
Mr.
Sir, I've discovered an exploit the Arkham Knight was using to broadcast via your gauntlet.
What I like about the drone virus is that your new drone allies can take care of one side, especially if one of them is a diamondback, which means you're no longer surrounded. When all that's left are your friendly drones, you can make your way to the next destination whilst they self-destruct.
Drone moving to flanking position. That man took out a drone.
Make him pay. Hit him hard, Sergeant. I want that car wrecked.
Diamondback offline.
You're starting to see it, aren't you? Now for once, you can't keep up.
Direct hit on a rattler. In the meantime,
I can disable enemy weapons using the disruptor's sabotage ammo. I've only got 3 shots. I should pick my targets wisely. That disabled the firearm. If I use the disruptor again, it will explode when fired, knocking out the user and flooring anyone nearby.
Let the guy who killed
Equipment 7.
This fight can't start until you use all 3 disruptor shots. When the fight finally does start, I gain a combo to take the brute down, and another combo to multi-take down all but one final guy.
Let's see. A truck full of weapons and explosives.
I can use the disruptor's tracker ammo to tag the vehicle and follow it across Gotham.
Now I just need to give them a little motivation to lead me back to their hideout.
This part of the main mission also starts the Penguin side mission. Although following this truck to an already known location can seem tedious, it's a perfect opportunity to get a few Riddler trophies around the island. A speedy task with the aid of the Grapnel Mark IV. Just make sure to occasionally keep the truck in view so you don't have to start over.
The vehicle tracker will remain locked, even through buildings, as long as I keep the target in view and within range.
What the hell are you doing? Are you trying to kill us? It's Batman. We need to get out of here. Where are we going? Right into the lockup. Are you stupid? That'll lead him right back to Cobblepot. So what do I do? Just keep driving. Maybe we can lose him. Can you see him? I'm driving here. Okay, I can't see him. You think we lost him? How do I know?
is heavily protected. This must be Penguin's hideout.
Well, I'd rather work for Two-Face than Scarecrow. That guy scares the hell out of me. Yeah, I heard he's done something to his face. Something nasty. My plan is to stay as far away from Scarecrow as I
I'm often reluctant to do a fear takedown on these two since I may end up in view of the turret. However, in this case I'm fairly sure I could have performed the takedown and gone into a grate. If you're not seen by the turret, then just run out of view and throw some smoke at the incoming two thugs to clear the roof.
The roof was heavily protected.
By the way, check out this crazy camera work whilst going into this hatch.
What do we do about the man? Batman. Don't worry about Batman. This is gonna be great. He doesn't even know you're here. Come on.
The Arkham Knight, Barbara Gordon. Tell me where they are.
So that's who we had. The commissioner's little girl.
I'll break every bone in your body, Cobblepot.
They were going to see some geezer called Simon Stagg. I think he runs a pharmaceutical company or something.
Do not lie to me.
I'm not. I swear. They said he's about to leave Gotham. Those airships over the West River, it belonged to him. Put him down. We'll won't do you any good. Scarecrow's gonna break you. You are going down, Batman.
Hold him steady, fellas. I've been working on my swing. Watch and learn. Gonna knock his head right out of the...
This is you handling it, right? Don't worry. You can thank me later.
Kill him.
I have a little trouble trying to build a combo to take down the brute, and the rest of this combat isn't great, but I do have some pride in the two multi-ground takedowns. Also, I do not envy the guy at the end, who gets a full face of Bat Boot.
Bruce, you need to let me help.
What a wanker. Let's put him out of business, eh? Seriously? Do you believe that accent? Bet he only puts it on to sound scary. Please, what are you doing? Bat, come on. Don't lock me in here. I'll do anything. Want your laundry done? I'll do it. Help out, Alfred. You got it. I wouldn't like to be that guy.
Alfred, find out everything you can about Simon Stagg.
The pharmaceutical magnate? Of course, sir.
Now, what have we got here? A good old-fashioned ambush. Oh, you wait there. Let your dear old Uncle Jay sort out these chumps.
Guards! Open fire! Stay down!
I need to find somewhere I can get a clear shot to take out the militia ambush.
Did we get him? I don't know. I think so. Go and check. Find the body. No. You go. But you said you hit him. Well, I made a mistake. It was definitely you. You're the sniper. I'm more of a close-range fighter. Since when? Since now. So what? Just wait and see what happens? He's probably dead anyway. Of course he is. Professionals. We didn't stand a chance.
Don't worry, Alfred.
Right away. Miss.
Before heading to the airship, the Batmobile is already in position to acquire a Riddler trophy.
Sir, Stag's airship's been hooked and tethered. We're reeling him in. Good. Get in there, find Stag, and interrogate him. And Lieutenant, I'm assigning you an extra unit for guard duty.
As I dive, you can see an APC in the bottom left of the screen. You will occasionally see them, and you have to quickly make a decision as to whether or not you will pursue them. I had already started on my journey to the airship, and the Batmobile was on a roof, so I didn't bother this time. Also, on the way, I scanned Lady Gotham.
You're always chasing Dark Knight. You always lag behind. You could have struck first, ended me and every villain long ago, but you're afraid.
The militia have captured Stag.
The next Predator room has 5 guys. This method has always worked if you're fast enough. Take out the second guy before he discovers the first, and as soon as you fear take down guys 3 and 4, drop through one grate, then another, and immediately take down the final guy. After destroying the terminal, stand by for an incoming stunning visual of rain on a cape.
Okay, I've taken out the militia. Now to disable the tower.
Well, me. I don't carry cowards. If you fail, I will bury you in the dirt.
Grab this trophy before scaling Wayne International Plaza. In this game, there are 3 structures that have large-scale interior maps with Riddler decor, either trophies, breakables, or scanned riddles. You always need to enter these structures a second time for the full sweep of Riddler items. This will now be known as the Riddler Sweep. That being said, the first airship can be broken down into 3 main sections in terms of these items. All of the Riddler items can be collected from the entrance to the main combat room. The same applies to the Predator room at the back, but the main combat room has an area that is currently inaccessible that we need to come back for during the Riddler Sweep.
Now let's get down there and find out.
Does it work? Of course it works. Never seen anything like it. That's because it's new, state-of-the-art drone technology. What can it do? We went over this in the
The breakables in the airships are these insect crates, of which there are 15 in total. There is a general theme that there are 15 breakables in each structure and 15 destructible shields on each island.
correct. The other 2 are just a bonus. Now watch and learn.
Those soldiers are using an unmanned drone. If I've got the codes, now I can turn that drone against them.